This is the New Yorker hotel where one of the most important inventors in the world died, and his documents mysteriously disappeared. His name was Nikola Tesla. In his late 20s, he conceived of the alternating current motor, which would take electricity from merely lighting up our world to powering it. The AC motor is in the majority of devices, appliances, and vehicles we use today. He went on to invent radio, the remote control, and hydroelectric power. But despite his world-changing inventions, Nikola Tesla was struggling financially. He was hopping around from luxury hotel to luxury hotel due to the good graces of his connections in New York high society. From the old Waldorf Astoria Hotel to the St. Regis to here, the New Yorker, which at the time was the largest and tallest hotel in New York City, with 2,500 rooms, 43 stories tall, and even ran on its own electrical power. And there were tunnels that connected directly to Penn Station and the subway. But there's another secret right now in the basement. Tesla took up residence at the 33rd floor at room 3327 because he was obsessed with the numerals 3, 6, and 9. He believed it was the key to the universe. He even left his window open so pigeons could swoop in because he truly loved those creatures. But right here is a Tesla museum. Tesla never married nor kept any close family ties. He only had two loves. One of them was science, the other one was pigeons. But there was one particular pigeon that he loved. It was pure white with light gray tips on its wings. But shortly before his death, he told his biographer that his beloved albino pigeon summoned herself to his window to tell him that she was dying, and that he said a light beamed from her eyes, a dazzling, blinding light more intense than anything he's ever produced in his laboratory. And he said, quote, "When that pigeon died, something went out of my life. I knew my life's work was finished." Also in his latter days, he was working on wild inventions, such as the particle beam, also known as the death ray, which could destroy an entire air force from a great distance. That's why the FBI and other governmental agencies kept a very close eye on him. On January 7th, 1943, Nikola Tesla was found dead in his hotel room. He was around 86 years old because there's some debate as to when he was actually born. Here's a plaque in his honor on the side of the hotel. Shortly after, one of his last living relatives and nephews, Sava Kosanovic, who was also a Yugoslavian politician with apparent ties to the Communist Party, went to his hotel room and noticed that his possessions were missing. Technical papers, scientific writings, notebooks, about 80 trunks worth of possessions gone. But who took them? Well, it was the Office of Alien Property. They were sent to MIT electrical engineer Dr. John G. Trump. Yup, that is the uncle of the current US President, Donald Trump. He reviewed the papers and determined that they had no significant value. What do you think was in those files really? And did John G. Trump keep any of those secrets to himself or the US government at large? Stay curious, my friends.